Hello everybody and welcome to another Let's Play of Aurora LP19. I have a fairly good idea what happened to at least one of the Invader ships, because in my exploration of the systems here I found a wreck in Kassel. It was a 17.6 kiloton wreck, if I recall correctly, and my salvager has just completed salvaging. And if I take a look at what has been found here, ECM7, thermal sensor 40, solid core drives, CVIS 500. I'm pretty sure that this was not a precursor ship. It wasn't a ship from any AI, I dare to say, even though they start with 3 times our population and 3 times our research points. I doubt that they would have been able to get up to those tech levels in the 17 years we've been in the game. So I'm pretty sure that it was an Invader ship here. What has me a tad worried is what was actually able to destroy it. 17.6 kilotons is a fairly small ship. I think we might have actually been able to deal with one of those by ourselves as well, but only by sitting on a jump point, not in open space. Whatever killed this one did it in open space. So it looks like there are more alien races around than just the precursors and potentially the invaders we have seen here. So let's see what our further explorations will yield us. As you can see here, we've continued exploring, kept building a couple of jump gates with the help of our fellow terrestrial powers, and are currently in Dresden or in Kassel. I'm not that sure at the moment. Let's take a look. No, not Kassel, so we are still looking for additional jump points in Dresden, and are currently building a new geosurvey ship and a new graph survey ship, because we only have one at the moment of each. In addition, we are retooling for improved Bismarcks and Blüchers. Essentially, they are using better turret tracking speeds and better fire controls. Turret tracking speed is up to 20k now, which should give us a fairly decent chance versus Invader missiles, 23% to hit. So essentially, with 12 shots from each Gauss turret, we should be able to destroy 3 from each turret, so 9 from the Bismarcks with their 3 turrets, and the Blüchers, once they are refitted, should be able to take care of 2 missiles. Against a large Invader fleet, we would still be completely not helpless, but would have no chance to win. They would blow us out of space here. But against a smaller fleet, we should have enough point defense firepower here to protect our fleet. Currently, our 3rd carrier task force is sitting at the Hambug jump gate. Couple of older Blüchers, 3 of our large fighters, and a decent number of fighter bombers. And the first of our Bismarcks have completed their training and are currently in overhaul. Once they are completed, they'll move up to the jump point or jump gate to Hambug as well, while their replacements, 2 additional Bismarcks, are currently in training here. Okay, I'll pause again till something happens. Okay, we will run into fairly heavy problems quite soon. Our Duranium stockpile is down to 500, which is not good. We are using up quite a lot, and actually we are using even more. I'm firing Duranium from Ganymede to Earth, and since I see those stockpiles here are rising, I'm fairly certain that 130 ground-based mines is too much for a single mass driver, which does add up, since a mass drive has a capacity of 5,000 units, whatever those are, let's call it tons now, has a capacity of 5,000 tons each year. So either I'll allow the stockpiles here to build up, or I'll simply, and this is what I will do, I'll tell it to reserve some tritanium here, so essentially building up a tritanium stockpile, so that the other 2 minerals are getting prioritized and sent to Earth first. To do this, double click to set, and a reserve level for tritanium. Let's say I want to build up a stockpile of 500 for now, which should enable the mass driver to get rid of this stockpile here. So the transport down here, I've set it to Mars, since Mars has accumulated a decent stockpile which will help us at least for a little bit. And then there's another freighter is en route to Munich to pick up some Duranium from there as well. But all in all, we are talking about stopgap measures here. We'll have to get down our Duranium use from the industry. What I've done for now is I've stopped the continuous capacity expansion for our shipyards, which uses Duranium. As you can see here, for example, 1,000 additional tons of capacity needs 480 Duranium. So it's not a good idea to expand your shipyards while you are in a Duranium crisis. And I want to keep refitting my ships. What I've done in addition is I've lowered the construction orders for our construction facilities and lowered their percentages, and am basically just building automines, a couple of research labs and maintenance facilities. I'm not sure how long I'll actually be able to keep this up. And as you can see here, we are not only low on Duranium, at least there's still some quantity of it on Earth and even a decent accessibility, but Earth has a run out of cobamite, mercasium and vanderite, and we will need Duranium and mercasium to build our research labs. But luckily Mars has both Duranium and mercasium deposits, So most likely I will start to produce some research facilities later on Mars and send them to Munich. Actually, I've sent additional research facilities to Munich already. They are up at 5 and are currently researching shields and shield regeneration. It will be sometimes before I start to use shields, since in the beginning they're fairly weak and not really worth their weight in contrast to armor. So I prefer armor at the beginning. Later on, getting shields for an additional layer of defense is very nice, but not at low levels. So what else can I do to deal with the Duranium crisis here? Yeah, I am purchasing the mineral output from those 7 civilian mines, so essentially 70 mines. It's a little bit desperate, to be honest, but I have to try to get any Duranium I can get my hands on here. What else can we do? Do we have any other promising Duranium sites? Vesta, not really. Or where is Vesta? Maybe we will use Vesta here. Chernik looking slightly better. Mercury has a very nice amount of Duranium. Let's take a look at the colony costs of Mercury. Okay, high, very high, 16. That's a lot. So not really feasible till we get large, very large terraformers. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Okay, we don't really have that many additional auto mines here, just 10 at the moment, so yeah, we will see Duranium shortages, and I don't see very much at the moment I can do about it. But let's at least load some of the Duranium from Mars onto this transport. So how much do we have and how much do we need for our current construction here? Projected usage 5,000. What are we building actually? Construction factories. It might be not such a bad idea to move even more construction factories up to Mars here. Or maybe a couple of additional mines. What's accessibility? Nah. Lower than on Earth, so moving the mines is not really an option here at the moment. At least no non-intelligent option. Tough call. We are building construction factories. So let's move till 51, about 10 years. 10 years, so they need about 500 to 550 each year. Yeah, so we should be able to ship off about 4,000 here without doing any real harm. So transport 3. Mars, load Duranium. Load 3000. Let's make it 4000. Add move. Move to Earth and unload all minerals. Now that I've been able to establish a fairly decent economy despite buying minerals from the civilian mining companies, I've switched over to 5-day turns here to quicken up the game a little bit, since the 1-day turns are not really that much shorter than 5-day turns unless something is happening. Okay, our transport arrived on Earth. Let's take a look at our minerals, and here we are. Stockpile went up. That's nice. And with this, I'll pause again. Oh, and since I'm just picking up minerals here on Munich, Duranium, I can tell you that I found a solution for my endless additional colony problem here on Munich. What I did is changing, I see I have to delete the infrastructure here, changing the environment to colony costs of 2, and just providing enough infrastructure that a small percentage of the population will die. This essentially stopped all civilian transports which were moving to Munich, and once there were no more civilian transports moving to Munich, I upped the oxygen levels again to habitable conditions. And now when the civilian colony ships are moving to Munich, they are moving to this colony. So most likely all the trouble we had here was related to moving a ship to the colony before the colony has been established. So moving colonists to there before manually establishing a colony. But once there were no more civilian ships which tried to land all over the planet, they are happily restricting themselves to this colony. So that was nice, but since I just saw the infrastructure I put in here, and obviously the civilian shipping lines or the citizens on the planet itself has been producing or sending in additional infrastructure, but I set it down to 0 again anyway, since most of it was SM'd in by me in order to not lose all the population, because at the original colony costs of 2, which I had in here for a while, I was losing about 50% of the colonists, which was a tad high, so I cheated the infrastructure in here, and it worked. Okay, we're moving 4,000 of those Duranium with the transport here back to Earth. And another thing I've seen while taking a look at the civs, they are at 101 ships, still have tons of money, paid a huge dividend, and the other companies starting to pick up some speed as well here. And what I've seen, that the civilian ships are happily moving through Hambug with the stable wormhole, and I see in my genius I am sending one of my troop transports, which is moving to Osnabrück, to put a garrison unit down there in order to suppress unhappiness later on, they're moving to the wormhole system, which was not what I have really planned, but this is one of the dangers of using the show all pop screen and then not taking a closer look at the route the troop transport is taking. And in addition, there's nothing I can do as far as I know to prevent the civilians from crossing the system. They will refrain from using it once an invader ship shows up and starts to shoot at them, but till then they will happily cross across the system here, or move across the system. So they're a kind of early warning system here for us. If any battleship invader will show up from this jump point or this wormhole, those guys will know it fairly quickly. And back to pause. And something nice from our Geo team on Munich 3. They found additional Duranium deposits, upping the deposits from 30 million to 101 million. In addition, some coronium was found, but that's not the important thing here. The only thing which is a little sad about this is that the accessibility is just at 70%. I would have preferred actually if they didn't find, or if they haven't found this many additional Duranium deposits, but instead up the accessibility. But I am confident to say Munich will not run out of Duranium here. Due to this, we will need additional mines at Munich, because at least the accessibility here is better than what we have on or at Earth at the moment. How many available workers do we have? No real shortage here at the moment. Once our workers are starting to get pretty low, I'll order some civilians to move a couple of mines over to Munich. But at the moment, it's still, the accessibility here is still decent, so they will continue to mine out Earth. Those titanium deposits are crazy. No, we hardly are using any titanium. But still, that's a lot. Okay, what are we doing with our Geo team? I think we've explored or surveyed all the important places in Seoul. Completed. Yep. Do I want to support civilian mining? Not really at the moment. Completed here. Hanover has Duranium. So yeah, Hanover would be an option for the survey team. Growth rate minus 13. That's a lot. And I'm a little bit baffled why the civilian shipping has allowed it to grow by such a number. More than 1 million population here, in addition to what the colony is able to support. That's a lot. What's the mirror situation? No Duranium at all. and Osnabrück. We need a planetary governor for Osnabrück. 200 infrastructure, yeah, I know that. Okay, lots of room to grow, and the mineral situation is abysmal. Okay, so Hanover it is. Remove the team from Munich. Disband team. Move it to Hanover. Geology unassigned only. I hate wasting those Fregattenkapitäne on a geo team. But 39 is too good, so you will surely stay with the Survey team. What else can you do? No, nothing that interesting, so that's okay. You have no great other skills as well, so you stay here, you stay as well. You stay as well. And we have a better energy specialist, so yeah, that's a team. Tad better, I think, actually, than the old one. So let's take a quick look at the mineral situation. Yep, starting to go down again, no big surprise here. And let's see if our reserve worked. Yeah, the stockpile starting to go up, while the Duranium stockpile and the Neutronium starting to go down. So this is working as we want it. In addition, shield regeneration has been researched in Munich. Research. So we are having a 90% defense bonus here for research. So that is all we are doing here, and are trying to get additional labs either sent from our other planets or built directly here on Munich itself. So defensive system, let's add to shield regeneration rate, create, yes, still fairly quickly. Let's take a quick look at our other research. I'm actively researching magnetoplasma drives now, which are still a long way off, and I'm very tempted to disassemble some of those internal fusion drives to get to magnetoplasma a tad faster. But on the other hand, I abhor the waste of such fine engines for lower tech engines. I'll have to see. Better fire control, better lasers, some planetary sensors, and some training techs. But I'm very interested in the terraforming module here. We'll have to see. Fuel production is on a back burner now, since we have quite a lot of fuel due to our harvesters. So fuel crisis should not be an issue for quite some time. Okay, and pausing again. Okay, we've completed research into planetary sensor strengths 300. Not really needed here, but I took the opportunity to remove Emma Schnabel here with her nice construction production bonus, who was working on fuel production, which is not really an issue anymore, and put her on mining production. But despite her skill and using 17 labs on her. It will be about 1.5 years before we get the additional mining production. So we will be in Duranium crisis mode for quite some time. One of our additional transports is currently heading back from Munich to Earth. Maybe we will able to keep our factories working by producing mainly mines here at the moment and using the minerals generated by the other planets and the civilians. I think I will actually buy this output as well. Do we have a mass driver actually on Munich 3? No, we don't. Okay, so we need a mass driver, otherwise it will hurt to move those mineral packets from the civilian colony down to Munich. Essentially it's like a big railgun shooting gigantic rocks, asteroids, or however you want to call it, onto Earth. It's not good if there's no receiving station. Actually it's a bombardment of Earth, and not Earth, in this case Munich, of our planet, if there's no mass driver to receive the mineral packages. So bad idea. Are we able to build it actually on Munich? We do have the construction factories. What do we need for mass driver? Yeah, we have everything we need, so let's do it differently. Let's lower the percentage down to 1 for now, and an additional 1, and get a mass driver at 89. Why modify? It's a new one. Yeah. Create July. Yeah, that looks good. The civilian colonists here come with a mass driver. No, not automatically. Did I send one up to the other colony? Yeah, most likely. Or will it need another turn? We'll have to see. And pausing again. The mass driver is being completed at Munich. And now let's see if my memory is faulty or not. No, it was not faulty. So civilians come with their own mass driver, and this is nice. We weren't simply able to send it to Munich before, since there was no mass drive on the receiving end, so we did not get any destination here. But now we should be able to send the minerals back to Munich. That's nice. And considering the time, it's close to 12 AM here. AM? PM? PM in this case, if I recall correctly. I think I'll call it a day, especially since I want to take a closer look at the early access of Master of Orion, a remake of the original Master of Orion, and I'm quite interested to see how it looks like. Okay, then thank you all for watching, bye bye.